Hello and welcome to Manor Lords. Today we're going to be playing, it's not a new game, it came out a year ago, but my brother's requested I play this and he promised he'd watch my videos if I did, so this is just a shameless plug to get him to watch. Today we are going to play as this fine gentleman here. He has a really good name. I didn't even choose that, that was the first one that came up. So, he was maybe once part of Knights Templar. I thought I'd give him a nice heraldic thing there. So, let's continue. And today we're going to be playing on the Rise to Prosperity. We're going to put the end goal. We're not going to have an end goal. We're just going to play for as long as we want. I don't know whether that noise is a bit loud. I'm just going to turn it down in the settings. Off-map adversary is going to be present. We're not going to have AI opponents. We want random raids, medium. We're not going to go for high. And I'm going to initially go for free raid of 3 years. Initial bandit camps, let's have one. Random bandit camps. And we'll put a random bandit camp spawn limit. I would like to see the bandits be in the game. We're starting spring, starting supply standard, royal tax normal. We will have an armament delivery, just to keep us going. This is I've had a quick playthrough of some stuff. I haven't really got far, but I wanted to, just get into it with you guys. So, the map we're going to be playing on is High Peaks. I quite like High Peaks because I think it's, it's just a pretty good map. So, we're going to come over here, and we're going to press begin, and I will see you when we've loaded in. I say as it's crashed. Has it crashed? No, we're loading in. Excellent. So, let's hit pause to begin with, and let's survey our area. So what have we got? We got some high wild animals. They're not high. They're high. A rich resource of wild animals, excellent. We have some mushrooms over here. They're rich as well, so we have two good food sources to begin with. We have clay, we have stone, we have salt. I have plenty of salt when I play games and I don't do very well at them. Let's see what's going on over here. So we have a clay surface deposit, endless underground deposit, so this is a nice place to get into, probably. Salt, stone. Over here we have endless underground stone, endless underground iron. So yeah, so we haven't got the best start. However, I'm not too concerned. We have two good sources of food. This will also provide hides. So let's think about our initial layout. So this comes up here. This King's Road comes up here, around here. I'm sure it used to come down here. Anyway, the King's Road comes up here. So this is the place where I'm going to put all of like the focal stuff of the town. So we're going to have the trade of the tavern, etc. Because any travelling merchants would be coming through here. I'm going to try and set stuff a little far back. So let's go initially. Come up here. So I want to respect the contours of the land. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a road coming around here. We're also going to sit off this deposit here. So when we come into it later. And if I come all the way around here, we can get up to this hunting lodge, like so. So I'm going to build that. I think that's quite a nice road. I'm also going to have a spur coming off here. Now I'm going to try and respect the topography as much as I can, but we do have to come down and round. Ooh, that's fine. I don't mind building roads in. I don't like that. Let's delete that. Oh, we did just build that. Okay, whatever. Let's delete this road. Alt. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll try and come back on ourselves. Come along here. And into there. And we'll build that. Right. So, what do I want to build straight away? We want to get into some logging, but I also don't want to affect too much of our... this is going to be interesting because we got the wild animals here and the mushrooms here, so I don't really want to destroy too much of this resource. So we might actually have a spur coming up here, and maybe I'm thinking the start of our town is going to be here. So if I come up like this and follow the tree line here, and come over there and pop that there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put in our logging camp. So we're going to put that there. And I also would like to put in a Do I want to saw pit early on? No, I don't think I do. So let's just. Oh, I can't tell this what to do until we build it. So we're going to build that there. We're going to build a hunting camp. Overlaps animal habitat will cause migration. So we're going to pop that there so that they don't migrate. And we also have these mushrooms up here. So I'm just going to extend this road a little bit further, just so that we have space to walk. And we're going to put a forager's hut in, even if we don't use it to begin with. So we'll pop that there. And let's get this going. So they can start to build that. You see we have our supply camp down here. You see the little guys running around. So if we're having our town down here, I think what we're going to do is we will leave the hitching post here for now. However, it is going to come down here at some point. So if we have resources here, here, and here, where is the most logical place to put the storage? So it probably is here. So what I might do is I might actually put a new road in, and the road will come a bit like this, round here. And what this can be is this can be like a mini market area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a storehouse and a granary. So if we have that near the market, it reduces the trip time. So yeah, I'm not against that. We'll put the storehouse there and the granary there. They have got a lot to be getting on with, so I am going to speed this up a little bit. So, as for where we're going to stake our claims... Oh, hello. Ah, I've heard of your renown. I only seek to defend my rights and honour against those who would wrong me. Hope you will not judge me. Let's write back. Can we be like a little bitch? Can we be like our namesake says we should be? Give me some gold. No. No. Your time has come. So declare surprise war. Don't think we're in a position for that. You have no right to... Yes. Go on. Get lost, mate. I will not take this. And these warnings up here are just exposed goods, generic storage, exposed goods pantry. So that's why we want to get these built straight away. I will talk you through the UI quickly, as best as I understand it. So this is the amount of families you have. Unassigned families are like the constructors. So they're your workers. The more unassigned you've got, the quicker stuff builds, as far as I'm aware. Assigned families are families with jobs. So when we get this logging camp built, which it is, we can assign a family, and they will start to log for us. And the logs are obviously used for everything else. Approval is how much people love me. Oh, we also have this available living space, so we're -5. We don't have any houses at the moment. Approval is how much people love me. Public order, I don't know. I'm assuming this is how happy people are and are willing to riot and stuff. We have regional wealth, which is a currency used on upgrading plots, trade stuff. We'll get into that when we do. Livestock is how much livestock we have. This is how much food we have remaining, which is actually bugger all. This is the development panel, and let's pause because I want to assign a family to this straight away. Because we want to get some meat in. What do these other ones do? Surplus goods default. So these are all of our construction food, fuel, crafting materials, commodities, and military. So this game is very in-depth. I hope I don't absolutely slaughter it because I'm mainly used to playing the beavers. We need to actually get some. I'm sure I put someone in that. Is there actually somebody in that? There is somebody in that. Excellent. So we have 3 unassigned families. So hopefully, I want them to come and build this next. I want them to come and build the forager hut over here, so that we can get some mushy rooms on the go. We do also need fuel, so that brings me to the next building. So we're going to build in a woodcutter's lodge. So the woodcutter's lodge works a bit similar. So what it does is they fell it and they turn it into firewood. So now that we've got this in, I can actually tell them where to work. So if I control... I don't want them going near the... So maybe we'll do that. I really don't want this to be like lost. Can I set a level of... Yeah, so I think we're working to maintain that level of wild animals so that we don't over-farm it, which is good. I hope they're working this. Oh, they've actually built these. They've actually built these. I really wanted them to do this first. However, we can put a family in here and a family here, and what that will do is that will move people over. So, shall we start to think about our plots? I've realised I've got some weird keybinds as well, so keybinds on the go as well. So what I'm going to do is, well, we don't need. Well, how are we a timber? We have 5 timber. Let's keep that going for now. They are going to start moving stuff over. I'm actually going to move the hitching post. So let's move the hitching post down to here. Remember, our market's going to go here. So what that's going to do is we're going to put our first burgage plots in. Burgage plot, not Burbage. He was a part of Shakespeare's company, wasn't he? Anyway, I think that's a nice amount. Not enough goods. We need 14 construction. We need 14 wood for construction. Right, so we're not going to put that in for now. We're going to wait for them to get a few more logs. But at least we are putting the supplies in the... running out of... You guys are supposed to be, like, foraging me. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Let's get the generics. Let's get someone out of here and get someone into here, and let's speed this up again. They should be foraging and giving us food. So we do have pantry. So we have 3 months of fuel. That's excellent now. That's free. That's excellent. And how much building material do we have? We have 9 timber. No, so we've maxed out the storage for this. I'm just going to slow this down. So we've maxed out the storage for this. I want to get our houses in. Well, I'd also like to put a well in. Oh, that's not bad, is it? That's really not bad at all. Anyway. The burgage plots. So, fingers crossed we can actually... It's not going to... Oh, come on. How much timber? Can you just guys get some timber? So we have 5 months worth of food now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to improve our living conditions by getting somebody in the woodcutter's lodge to get a bit more fuel. I don't see any reason not to put market stalls in. Do they actually cost stuff to build? So what we're going to do is we're going to come around here, and come around here up to, yeah, and build that. And then they'll be able to put market stalls out and people will be able to go and get their food. I find it weird that I've decided to go with stuff like that as opposed to actually building houses. But I want one more timber. Come on, guys. Give me the timber. Construction finished, food stall. Excellent. So, I mean, they can dish out food. The person that's here can work at this. I also, on my test run through, I wonder why nobody was picking planks up for me, and you do need excess workers in this at certain points. So we will keep a hold of that, keep that in mind quite astutely. So we should be able to put the houses in now. The burgage plots. Like so. So in theory, I should be able to go... Give me them. So they've got nice big back gardens and accessory plots. So we'll be able to have 2 families per thing. So build that for me, please. And hopefully, my approval is absolutely crap. Homelessness. They're not very happy. Get the houses in, and then hopefully people will migrate. So let's speed this back up again. So we have no consumption for fuel. Oh, so we don't actually. I don't need fuel at the moment. Get out. Go build houses for me. And I'm going to assign... Is the livestock? No, the livestock's assigned to this, so they are transporting. So we just need to get these houses in. So maybe we'll come down and we'll have a look at them putting it in. You see the oxen dragging the log? Yeah. We have a clay pit here and we have a stone pit here. I'm aware that they won't be happy with living this nearby. However, they're just going to have to deal with it while it's exhausted. So we're getting mushrooms. And look at that, burgage plot level 1 complete. So what we can do now is we can actually add an ancillary living space. So what they'll do is they'll come over here, they'll pop in some more logs, and then people will have space to live. And hopefully our approval is going to go down, because yeah, okay. And they're selling it in the market. They're selling stuff at the market. He looks very happy to be there. They just need to build these houses, and they put another one in as well. So let's expand this. I do need to figure out how to do time lapses for this, because I feel like some of the buildings just take too long to build. And hopefully our approval is going up. Yes, it is. So we have market food variety. Homeless is going down. Tax collection efficiency is a -20. Like, I don't get why people would be upset that we're not collecting taxes, but okay. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Oh, they stole 7 bread from me. We don't have bread. I'm confused as to how they've done that. Where is the bandit camp? Oh, the bandit camp's up here, isn't it? Interesting. But we should have all of these built soon, which means we're going to be able to add the ancillary living space, so a lot more people will be... There we go. There we go, it's all going up. So they've got this, you see, they've got this little like granny annex on the side, but they haven't done this one yet, but that's really weird because this one, I honestly don't know. And if we look at the burgage plot requirements here to upgrade, so forage goods, vegetables, fuels, church access, water access. So our next line of attack, I don't know why I'm saying attack, to support our village is to put a well in. So I think a well will look there fine by the tree line. And we're going to put one family in here now. So we have 13 months worth of food. So we have excellent food reserves. We have 6 months worth of fuel. So I want to get a bit more fuel on the go. And hopefully, when we have this stuff built, you should be a priority. I don't know why you're not. When we have this stuff built, we have space for one more family to move in, and then we hopefully will get a bit of migration. I am just going to come along here and just road this in. So I want this to, I don't want like large blocks. I want this to look as higgledy-piggledy as possible. I want this to look like a proper medieval city. As dumb as it may look at times. I honestly don't know why that's taken them that long. But what we can also talk about here is backyard extensions. So the idea is that you can make use of your backyard by putting like a vegetable garden, chicken coop, orchard, animal pen, apiary, or even like an artisanal industry like blacksmithing, baking, brewing, etc., etc. So, in light of that, we need to now start to expand. We've had a family move in, so I'm going to put a family back into the storehouse. So hopefully they're going to start to sell firewood to our village. So that will just satisfy the fuel demand from our upgrade. That just leaves a church to upgrade our properties. So where do we think a church would look good? I think a church is going to look excellent over here, sort of staring out. I mean, I know I'm like absolutely riffing off City Planner Plays, but he did pick the best place for this. He popped a church here, and I think it looked good. The other place it could look good is here, and I have the manor over here. So maybe we will keep the church a little bit closer to the people. So these are all upgraded now. We have space for extra families, if we so choose. So in light of that, I'm going to pop some more in here, I think. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change their orientation. I'm going to have them facing this side of the road. So pop like so. Pop like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same again. Ancillary back garden pots. and they can all have an annex building to increase the amount of people they have living there. So we'll put them in next. You're doing that. You're doing that. You don't have anybody in yet, but that's full. I'd really like somebody to come and get these supplies. What's you doing? Transporting mushrooms. Okay, that's fine. Can I tell them to come pick this up? Maybe I need to put an extra person in here so they will... But we do have 2 different stalls. I mean, I don't know why you put them so close together, but, you know, that's up to you, mate. So, next thing I would like to put in... So this is our King's Road. This is where it travels from. The main trade route of the town. So I would like to put in a... Let's get it sped up a little bit. I would like to put in a... Where is it? It's under logistics, isn't it? So this is a trading post. So this only costs 4 wood now, and I want to put this in because this is how we're going to trade with other settlements. So we're going to put that in straight away. I'm also going to pause the woodcutter's lodge because there's no need for it, and I'm going to put an extra person in the storehouse to see if they actually come and pick this stuff up over here, which I would very much like them to. Excellent. So they're putting these burgage plots in. And we might want to start to think about a saw pit as well. I mean, we definitely want to start to think about a saw pit as well. And actually, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We're actually going to put in the forester's hut. So they will just start to replant trees, which will start to refresh this. So we'll get that in. I am going to start to think about some of the ancillary purposes for this. So I think we're going to go with some chickens to begin with. So we've added... Ooh, we can form a militia. So obviously I put that setting on saying, so when the supplies go in the storehouse, we get given some weapons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in an army. So I'm going to create new units, and we're going to create a spear militia. We have 20 spears and 20 shields, so we're going to pop that in. And I'm just going to press plus. And what that will do is we can then rally them when the time comes. Let's put this back on normal speed. And they are building these houses. Excellent. I'm not too concerned about a population boom. We have 16 months of food and 16 months of fuel. So if we get a few extra people and they use a bit more food, so be it. I am interested, however, into getting into some different stuff. So I would like to get the chicken coops in the back because that provides a passive yield of eggs, and every 4th yield produces chickens. So this will allow us to have diversity in diets, which is going to be useful for upgrading stuff later on. Are they popping this in? Come on, get to fast mode, guys. I just love how beautiful this game is. I mean, like, the dev has done an absolutely amazing... I mean, look at this. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? A bandit camp was sighted. Oh, so that's over there, that's fine. Harvest season has started. And I'm going to actually start to upgrade some of these plots. I want lots of families to move in. Families is what's going to keep us going. So this is going in as well. Lovely stuff. And do I want to get somebody in the hunters? Yeah. We have 14 months of fuel, so yeah, I mean, I know we're going to survive the winter, but I would just like to have a little bit extra redundancy. If you've seen any of my Timberborn playthroughs, you know the R word is what I'm very much into. So, meats, fishes, animals, produce. So yeah, we do need to keep the hunter on the go just so they do have food variety. And hopefully that will satisfy these needs. You put 9 or you put 9? The only thing I would say about this game is sometimes I find I prioritise a building and it doesn't really listen to what I've asked it to prioritise. It just kind of cracks on with it, and I'm like, I would kind of like you to move stuff around a little bit. And let's get our saw pit in as well for the sake of expediency. I'll pop that there. I don't want this to just look like some... Does it look bad? That's not horrendous, is it? Maybe that's how it would look. We're going to put a thing to collect the stone from over here, so that's how that probably would look. That looks fine. Fine, another burgage plot. I need more families to move in. I need more families to move in so we can get stuff moving along. In the top here, when you see this glowing panel, let's pause it for a second. You can see we can choose our development. So obviously the game is in early access. All of this is still coming. However, we can choose our origin. So there are quite a few. However, the one I want to choose is the Strasbourg Masons. This is because what I want to do is I want to build a castle at some point, and I would like to have a cheaper cost for that when we do get into it. So they're gonna gather the meat a little bit slower, but that will be fine. So we're going to unlock that, and that is going to be our origin story for this playthrough. And we'll put our black on play. So that's going to slow them down a bit. That's fine. Do you have access? You do have access to the... I don't like the bandit camp. And we do have pelts as well, which is excellent for clothing. Unliked. Do we have any more families moving in? So the trading post has finished construction. Well, I'm not going to trade for anything yet. We probably will start to send some stuff off at some point, but not yet. I just wanted to get that in so that when we need it, we have it ready. And the forest is set. So I do want a family in this, just to plant more trees, as I've mentioned. So fuel 11 months. That's 16 months, that's fine. We have no mushrooms left. I'm hopeful we can get into the winter is coming. I'm hoping we can get into the food variety. And also start to get the planks for the church. So where do I want the church? So, in the UK, a lot of villages have... I know this is set in a Germanic setting, but in the UK, a lot of villages have a village green. So I'm keen to preserve that kind of idea. So what I want to do is, I quite like these like triangle-shaped roads as well, because they're just how people would have walked at the time. Like they would have just taken the shortest path. You know, like when you go to like a park that's got a square thing in the middle and people have walked over the corner because they're lazy. That's not lazy, it's just people have always done that for years and years. So something like this, where this road would come down here, people are always going to come at it from both directions, not going to walk to here and then go down. So we're going to have our church along this side, I think. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a village green here. Now this is going to serve no other purpose than I like a village green. But we're going to try and make it look organic. How people would walk around. And what we will do is we'll pop our church over here. I might actually delete some of them, I don't know. I like that one there, I'm not so sure about these ones because these are like hard triangles. Maybe we will delete those ones for now. And we're going to put our church over here, if the topography allows. Oh, we have 3 empty families. Let's slow this down a little bit. Not empty families, three families not doing anything. So we have 1 hunting, 1 foraging, the mushrooms aren't there. Getting the sawmill. I would like to have some planks to build my church, so how much do I need for church? You might as well actually go work in here. And we can get some more stalls on the go. I don't see any reason why not. We have food for 12 months, fuel 15, that's fine. And did I want to get into a trade? Military, fuel. So I might build an industry around charcoal and selling charcoal to other people. We'll see how that goes. But I do want to get these upgraded so that we have the burgage plots level 2. So, where's our church? There's a church. 20 wooden planks. How many wooden planks do we have? We have 5. So we're waiting a bit. We are waiting a bit. Then we'll put our church down here. And we might line this side with houses, this side with houses, I'm not sure. Well, I mean, this side will probably definitely be houses. And let's also run a road up here. Lovely. We might run some more houses down here. We might run houses facing the other way. Who knows? I certainly don't. We do. Well, we have 25 planks. Oh, God. Good God. So, let's get onto the church. So, I think that looks nice. Bit too... Let's have it central facing the village green. And what we're also going to do is then we're going to run a path around the outside of this. Might do that, actually. How's that look? That doesn't look awful, does it? And there we go. So you can access the church from all sides. We might even put houses down here. I don't know yet. You know as much as I do, which is not a lot. And we also have some more planks. So, how do some of these burgage plots feel about having chicken coops? I think they'll be good. Because then we can get a little bit more food diversity. Eggs on the go. Chicken. Excellent stuff. We are 31 minutes in. I think this is going okay so far. I'm trying to keep the game at a reasonable pace for you guys so that you don't get bored. I know if you're into long play, you're probably not going to get bored. However, I do just get conscious of not wasting anyone's time. Hopefully, you're planting trees. Advance. You have an unlimited work area, but yeah, I know. Actually, yeah, just keep an unlimited work area. Is the church going in? Oh, they are not messing about now. Honestly, sometimes they go really quick and then sometimes they don't. I don't really understand it. We have chicken coop here. Excellent. So you're going to be producing eggs for me. You're going to be producing eggs. So do we have them down in the granary? We don't at the moment. We have small game and we also have a lot of mushrooms. So that might hamper our food variety a bit. No, I don't think it will. These larger ones, however, I am going to put veggie plots in the back gardens. So we can do that now. I can show you what that look like. So we put a vegetable garden there, and then we have to. Well, we have to wait for them to build it first, and the church is almost built. Look at that as a scenic location for our church. Is that not absolutely stunning? And the village green in front. I'm not too happy with how these paths look, but I don't hate it right now. So we have a church. So in theory, these are satisfied. Let's get upgrading. So we're going to upgrade the one with the chicken coop. And we're also going to upgrade this one here. And hopefully they're just going to come in and do that straight away. We are making some good progress and we're about to come into February. How much? So we have food for 10 months, fuel for 23 months. So that makes me think we want to move past the woodcutter's lodge and get into the charcoal kiln. Now, I'm aware that this is going to stink, so I don't want it too close to the housing. So we're going to... Is it under here? No, it's an industry building, isn't it? So we pop the charcoal kiln in. What that's going to do is that's going to turn the firewood into charcoal, which I think it's one firewood into 2 charcoal, and that's just going to last longer. So it's more efficiency of our resources. And at level 2, I believe the burgage plots are going to give us regional wealth. So this should start to go up. The next thing I think we're going to need to do, and they keep stealing my stuff. I am going to have to go slap them down at some point, but I don't think we have the men at the moment. And I don't need somebody working in that. Apologies for that. Amazon was at the door, so yes, the dogs like to bark. That's not their fault. They're their dogs, aren't they? So let's get back to it. I'm hopeful they'll put the charcoal kiln as priority. But do we have? So this place is now. It's a level 2 burgage plot. So we should be generating regional wealth, I believe. Generates 1 regional wealth per family per month. So that's producing 2. So we're going to get a yield of. We're going to put carrots in here, I believe. So that will increase our food diversity once again. Let's slow it down a little bit. Is this guy coming in to slap the bandits? Maybe I'll let him crack on with that. Saw pits in. Charcoal kiln. Do I actually want to set a max set a production limit for this? I am, but I'm going to set it quite high. I'm going to set it as like 40. And I was kind of hopeful that the charcoal kiln would be built, because I would like to start trading some charcoal. And these should start to grow again. So a seasonal resource kind of grows in March, April, May, and probably into the summer, and then starts to deplete as the year goes on. So I'm not going to stick. I have someone in here, but I'm going to take them out of there for now. And I might change the logging area of this. Limit work area. Can I control? I can. So let's come up there. I'm hopeful you was going to be putting some more stuff in. I might actually. There we go. Might increase the work of that, just to try and get some more trees in. And do we want more burgage plots? So these are. Oh, we can upgrade them all to level 2. I am just going to go for that, but I am also going to think about putting more in. So, where do we want them? So I'm enjoying this higgledy-piggledy look. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to have a road coming off this way, like so. It can end there for now, and then I'm going to put in some more burgage plots over here. No. I have the hotkeys bound to several different things at the moment, and it's a bit weird. So I need to actually change that. And I might give these guys long boy gardens so that they are vegetable farmers. So does that fit? That does have everything I want, so we will build that. After you've built this, please. This would be high priority. Can you build it, please? I need to get that put on a t-shirt. And to upgrade our church, we need resources that we're not currently building, and we probably will struggle with. So we need, I think that's cut stone or dressed stone. That's also lime, mortar, and roof tiles. We do have a clay deposit. We could do dressed stone. However, I think we're probably going to import most of that. And I would like to actually get a trade route established when we have some more regional wealth. So let's speed things up again. How are we doing on food? We have food for 8 months. Somebody's working in here. Get somebody back in here. The mushrooms are growing again. And the charcoal kiln is slowly being built. So do we actually have any excess plots? No, we don't. So we do need these burgage plots to be built. I'm not putting anyone in here yet though. Actually, maybe I could take somebody out of here. Let's put someone into here. So you can see here they're putting the carrots into the field. I'm not sure how you see how long they've got to grow. Like how, I guess you just trust the process. And we'll speed this up again. Yeah, I think they're coming in there to slap these bandits down. I can live with that. So, now it's time to think about our manor. And I was originally going to put it over here. However, it's one of them, isn't it? Church and state probably unified, probably quite closely related at the time. So I'm going to come off of here once again with our shaped path like so, and I'm going to come down here like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to come around here, sort of tail off round. Oh, sort of tail off round here. And we're also going to put an adjoining road over to here. Like so. And that will allow us to connect this to this. And then I will pop in a... Where's the manor? There is my manor that I will be lord of. We don't have enough resources. What are we missing? We're missing the stone and the planks. So, the stone is an easily remediable. Is that a word? Easily remedied. So I'll put a stone gatherer camp in here, and they will just gather that stone. Maybe I'll take one family out of here. They are planting trees, which is nice, which is good. Speed this up a little bit. And is this burgage plot going in? Yes, it is. I would also like to upgrade the hitching post to a stable when I can. So then maybe we can buy another ox. I won't do it just yet though. 12 planks, 40 timber. I am going to try and upgrade the living space in these though, to begin with. And are they putting that in? Not yet, that's fine, they need to finish these. They do need to finish these. We're not getting more. Oh, we're Slim March, that's fine. So that's 12 times, that's 4 times. Okay, so the 3 times multiplier is actually, not the 3 times, the super fast is actually super fast. We have fuel for days. So my next goal may actually just be open up a fuel trading route. And nice. So we can upgrade this one. We've got this one upgraded as well. Are we building this? They're talking about summer. That sounds lovely. Earlhart is being claimed. Where is that? I am not going to claim that. He can have it because I will lose. I will lose, and that will be that. Sometimes I feel the camera angle could be a bit janky on this game. Like I feel like I've just gone into that and now we're at like a bit more higher focus camera. But that's fine. You building that? I would like you to build that, but are you doing that? Charcoal. Yeah, it's the only thing with the regional wealth thing, like it takes a bit of time to build up. That's why you want to get your burgage plots going up as soon as possible. What do you mean you can't access meat? There should be loads of meat. Or if we like, please don't tell me we've okay, we haven't completely got rid of that. I do want to get some more backyard plots on the go as well. But we can't throw down some stuff yet. And in the I may go for some more burgage plots as well, you know. I feel like I'm over egging our civilization a bit, but maybe not. I also do want to like go for density, so you'll probably have a bit more density facing like the Lord's house, and obviously around this probably central trade hub. So we will try and go for upgrades around here first, and maybe keep these as lower burgage plots just for aesthetic purposes. I'm not sure. Ah, we do have this built now. Oh no, we don't, but we do now. So go in there, get me some stone, so then we can build my manor. And we're in May. Our regional wealth is going up. Can we... I'm going to upgrade this burgage plot to level 2. And maybe what we'll do is we'll go for... I think I just need to get that clay out at this point. As much as it's going to disgust the people that live nearby. So maybe what we'll do is we'll put some more houses here that face onto the village green. I think that could be quite nice. Exposed stops are getting soaked. Forager hut. Can somebody not come and get that stuff? So this is the issue, because they're setting up stalls. I wonder in advance I can set up a number of stalls. Oh wow, you can have cider, mead and ale. Okay, this game has just appealed to me a whole lot more. Housing. So, do I go all the way from here, or no, do I just go from here? No, we're going to go along there. Definitely. Do I kind of give you like a really big, long, janky back garden? That could look okay, couldn't it? That looks really silly. However, I'm not opposed to it. You need to think that there was no planning laws. There was you build it how you build it, and that's what we're going to do. So now, in theory, I should be able to put my manor in, and I kind of want it that way. And we are going to put in the garrison tower. And then we're going to commit to that. And then we will be able to get our retinue. So they'll build that when they can. How many more families do we have? So we have spaces for more. It is June. Let's see if we can get our manor built and our retinue chilled out. So let's just check on our military at the moment. So we have 20 out of 36. So we have the maximum size militia we can. If I was to... No, I can't create a new unit. I can hire mercenaries though. So we got these guys, and these guys, but I have no money. So, we do need to get the manor, otherwise, when those raiders turn up, we are going to be in a bit of a sticky wicket. I would also like to get bows on the go. I feel like bowman is going to be very useful. So, I might want to actually establish trade route as soon as possible. So, let's look at trade for now. We have loads of charcoal, but I need 20 to establish a trade route. So, once we've got 20, I will establish a trade route, and then we hopefully will start to get a little bit more influence from trading away our excess charcoal, because we have 40 bumps. How are you doing in there? Do you have an extra family? Why not? And we're still paused. I don't know why we're paused. This mining pit has been built. That's going to please everyone that lives nearby greatly. When this is exhausted, I'll move this family over here to do this. Then we'll delete that building. And then my manor can be built. We do need to start to think some more ancillary. So, if there's cider in the game, I'm very interested in getting some orchards in the back gardens. So we can get some apples. It's a long play. However, it will be early on. So I'm going to actually put in orchards in both of these. And we have some more burgage plots finished as well. Excellent. So I'm going to pop that as to be upgraded. More family members are better. So this has 2 stone left. We will get rid of that very soon. Mushy rooms. Lovely. Pantry, fine. My charcoal is being damaged because nobody's coming and getting it. I genuinely probably actually think I need another family in this storehouse. And it's because it's full. So maybe next time, I've just upgraded loads of stuff when actually I should be... Oh, they've already done that as well. And it requires quite a lot of regional wealth to get apples in, so that might take some time. Okay. And I'm also building that. Excellent. I have bitten off more than I can chew as usual in these games, haven't I? Oh, they do have... There is loads of planks over here. Is there? We have potential... I think this refers to what's actually stored in here, so I need to actually get this upgraded, but we also need to... I don't know whether I could actually... Let's just trade away some firewood. Let's trade away some firewood. I'm assuming you've actually finished this. Yeah, goodbye. Pop you in there. Let's pause for a second. I'm getting carried away. So, not livestock, trade, fuel. So we're going to trade this. So I would always like to have a export. It's not worth a lot. I would always like to have, I don't know, 60. That sounds reasonable, doesn't it? And I could establish a trade route ensuring that this happened. But we're not going to do that yet because we want our charcoal trade route. So I'm going to set that to do that. And fingers crossed he will come and get the storage for that. So this will free up some of our firewood in here. We need to upgrade this straight away. And we also need to upgrade... Not this straight away. This one needs to be upgraded straight away. I mean, we could just build another storehouse up here. Is that the worst idea I've ever had? It's not, is it? Storage is full, hunting camp. Didn't I put an extra family over here? Yes, so come out. Actually, you go back in. Woodcutter's Lodge. That charcoal kiln is fine. Yeah, I do just need... Or I could just build... Do you guys want an actual dedicated storage hut up here? I don't feel that's how it's supposed to be used. You're supposed to... I'm getting ahead of myself again. They are taking the firewood out of here to trade. So we do have some space in here. We could also trade some pelts away, couldn't we? We're not using them at the moment. Export. Until we get a tanner, it doesn't really matter. So if I put 10 left, they can trade all of that away. Maybe I want a tanner as well. I am getting like carried away with some of this, aren't I? Tannery. Works tan hide to produce leather. Ah, so how do we tan the hides? How do we tan the hides? Clay furnace, smithy. Do you do that in a house? Converts all inhabitants to artisans. No, I don't. Workers tan. Oh, they tan hides. So the resource isn't called tan hides. It's hides to produce leather. That could be a stretch goal, couldn't it? Please tell me. They're putting that in. Maybe I just got to wait because all of the... Did it assign all of the planks to put that building in? Maybe it does. Maybe that's how this game works. But with hides, we have got regional wealth coming in by the bucket load now. So let's establish another trade route and slow this down just a slight second. And I want to trade some charcoal. So once again, I'd like to have 60. At all times, and we will trade that. Nice. So hopefully we're going to have quite a lot of regional wealth start to come in now. We are on 54 minutes. I wanted to get the manor built. We may get the manor built, so I will continue and we will see the manor built and then we will call it there for episode 1. If you're enjoying this, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. Hit like and subscribe. I want to do what you guys want to see. That's kind of why Zeus has been postponed for a little while. I feel like there wasn't as much engagement and I wasn't enjoying it as much as I should have been for you guys. So, but I am committed to finishing it. And there is our manor. Our manor is built. So that means we can kit out our retinue. I think we will do that next time. I think we'll leave it there for now. We're in September of our second year, 18 months in. Great. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time for Manor Lord Sundays.